That'll be at 4:30 Eastern time. Without further ado, we bring in my friend, who is the fabulous co-host of Birds 365. He is my friend, Big Z, Zander Krause.
What's up, Big Sills?
How we doing, brother? How was your New Year's Day?
Oh, great. Watched great football. How about that game yesterday? You know, we get off the air yesterday, and I'm like,
Texas is blowing them out.
I'm like, you're missing a shitty game. Texas is in control. Arizona State's out for the count, and then that game became crazy. That was a great football game, by the way.
By the way, that running back for Arizona State is really good.
Yeah, Scattaboo or whatever his name is. Yeah, he's good.
Dude, he went to school at like Sacramento State, transferred into Arizona State. He looks like a damn
and then
player.
the night game kind of sucked. But other than that, I just chilled, man. We had our family around, and it was a nice New Year's Day. I'm ready for 2025, Sills. I'm feeling a big 2025. Are you feeling a big 2025? I am.
But are you feeling safe? Now, wait. Before I get into it, I'm not going to pollute it here. It's been 24 hours now since you've heard it. Give me your takeaway, man, on what you think and how this whole thing's been handled by the owner of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I'm torn on this, man, because I listened to your open today, and everything you say, I don't disagree with. Everything you say. This is a gladiator sport. You don't fucking sit the bench. That's just stupid talk. And then I listened to John this morning, and, he kind of convinces me too. It's like, come on, we're fighting for a bigger goal here. What are we talking about? And I'm kind of stuck in between the two, where I hear both sides, but I think it was a record worth going for. I mean, I don't know. You're right where you're like, you're not trying to be the best rusher in the league in 2025. You're trying to set an NFL record of all time. 100 plus years of playing this sport. And this has never been done. I mean, it's something you said earlier too about superstars. I mean, I can't understand this because I'm not a superstar athlete. You can't. Well, you understand it, but you're not a superstar. We're talking about a percentage of the population that is so small you can put it on your own two hands in running backs that have come through this league. And you have an opportunity to cement yourself or to be in that conversation. Like, how can any of us know what Saquon Barkley is thinking or judge him for wanting to go and get that record? We can't fucking relate to that. I can't beat Barry Sanders and Eric Dickerson and the great backs that have come into this league. I mean, you're talking about I thought you said it perfectly when you're like, there's a being great in the NFL, you're already you're already blessed. You're already gifted by God to be that good at that, to be that great of an athlete. To be the best of the best that are out there, God holds his hand on you for a couple extra seconds there. This is rarefied air you're talking about. It sucks that they didn't go for it. I do understand it, though. I do understand it. But it is soft. I'll say that. It's certainly the snowflake mentality.
How can you strive for greatness when you're being cautious?
Yeah, it's tough to dispute. I mean, it's tough to dispute. I do understand where it's like, let me ask you this. And I know you can't really look at it like this, but this is how the organization is looking at it. What do we have a better chance of going to the Super Bowl? With Saquon Barkley or without Saquon Barkley? Or forget that. Even with Cam Jurgens or without Cam Jurgens? Or with Lane Johnson or without Lane Johnson? The answer to that is you're obviously in a better position to go all the way with those players. But where I agree is like, you can't control those things, but I guess you can improve your margin. And that's John's point.
Okay.
I don't know, man.
When you were 11-2 and Wentz went down, what were your feelings?
Well, I was in Alabama at the time. I was a sophomore in Alabama at the time.
What did you think the Eagles' chances were of winning the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I thought we were fucked. I didn't think we were winning the Super Bowl that year. I'm not going to lie to everybody. I thought we were not going to win.
You know what Doug did?
Yeah, he doubled down.
He doubled down. Those guys went out and went like this.
Yep.
They were not going to, and they beat Belichick and Brady. Wasn't like they beat Eli Manning and Tom Coughlin. They beat Brady and they beat Belichick with backup players at a left tackle position, quarterback position. So you had a Hall of Fame left tackle out, an MVP quarterback out, a starting inside linebacker out, a right guard out, and you win the Super Bowl. You know what that team had in 17?
Yeah.
Balls.
Yep.
Balls. And Philly.
You know, people aren't going to like this, but you know, what team reminds you the most of that mentality right now?
Detroit.
100%. 100% Detroit. They were like, I don't give a shit what
Even
happens.
Minnesota.
I don't care who goes down. They lost their best defensive player. I mean, that not a good defensive player. They lost their best.
He was leading the league in sacks.
Their best defensive player they lost. I mean, they're built right now. They're ready to go. So I don't know, man. This is going to be one of those things where I'm riding the fence right now, and I know I'm riding the fence. Believe me, I'm well aware that I'm riding the fence. And if this team goes all the way, I'm going to sit here and say, well, Sills, you know, this is why
you're wrong.
Right. But if they get bounced, I'll tell you what, Cilio is going to be on here ripping ass, baby, and we're not going to be able to stop him.
Oh,
so get ready, everybody.
Hey, this
Cilio told you 5 weeks ago this was Super Bowl or bust. The Eagles just told the world, we don't care about anything but the Super Bowl.
Yes.
So it's now officially Super Bowl or bust.
What'd you make of Barkley's disappointment?
You could see it on his face. And anybody that says you couldn't see it on his face is lying to themselves. You know, I put up a tweet. I'm like, damn, you can see in his face that Barkley wanted to go and get that award. And dudes were commenting back, oh, now you're a reader of eyes or something. I'm like, no, asshole. I'm just a human being. And I can see that Saquon Barkley clearly wanted to get the award, but other factors dictated that he couldn't. You know, I thought it sucked to watch. I'm not going to lie to you. But it is a team game, so it's not all about Saquon. As cool as it was for him, it's not all about him. And I do kind of agree. Lane Johnson totally took the company line. Oh, my God. Totally took the company line.
I was really disappointed.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. Lane's a company guy.
And being a complete company guy there on that. I mean, dude,
Look at Bob.
I mean,
tap dancing and plant your flag. Bob, I can't, Bob.
Hey, I love that. Hey, Bob, that's right. Stop tap dancing and plant that foot and turn that bitch upfield.
I've been on for what, 8 minutes? I just gave you an 8-minute long tap dance around that fucking answer.
I know, man. But you know what? Listen, watch this. You know, Zander, to me, it's not so much why they did it. It's how they're doing it. Don't tell me you're afraid of injury. Don't tell me you're afraid of this. And then now all of a sudden you got one of your best players going, hey, we're here for bigger goals. And you got Gardner Johnson on Instagram going, I can make the fucking Pro Bowl. What's what? And you're like, dude, wait a minute here, man. I thought you had loftier goals.
Yeah, right.
I mean, come on, Lane.
That's right.
Lane is now taking over for Jason Kelsey as the PR guy, excuse me, Bob Lang, for the Eagles. I mean, dude, holy cow. I was very disappointed to see that. But hey, you know, I got another one here for you. So, I mean, what did you make of the fact that not one skilled player on the Philadelphia Eagles was recognized as one of the better players in the game?
You mean a passing game skilled player?
Passing game. Yeah, because by the way, your running back and your O-line was clearly recognized, but the $25 million kid and the $35 million kid and the $50 million kid was beaten out by a rookie, Sam Darnold, who's on his 4th team or some shit, and you've got the greatness of
Well, I'll tell you what it shows. It shows that the thing you've been saying about this team is pretty accurate in a sense of they're not a passing – the passing game sucks, right? Because even if you look at the Pro Bowl – and I know the Pro Bowl is not a perfect encapsulation of everything, but the perception around the league is similar to your perception, where look at who got the Pro Bowl. Zach Bond, right?
Yeah.
The alternates were like Josh Sweat and Quinyon Mitchell. And then you had offensive linemen and the running back. No Jalen. No wide receivers. Now, AJ was an alternate, but he got alternate because he's default just insane at being a receiver, not because of any stats or metrics or any numbers or anything like that. We're not a good passing team. Jalen's not even an alternate. Now, I don't care. It's the Pro Bowl. Who gives a shit? But it certainly shows you that, you know.
Let me ask
We're
you
not
this.
a passing football team, big son.
By the way, guys, we'll read all your supers. Keep flying away at them. I promise we'll get to all of them. We never leave this segment without it. How about this here? How about if A.J. Brown was trying to run down Calvin Johnson since 1964? You think this thing would be a bigger stink this week if he was to then say 100 yards of Calvin Johnson's 1,964 yards for the all-time single season mark? How do you think he would handle it?
It's hard for me to think about this one because I don't think it's remotely possible with you're talking about one guy getting 2,000 yards. Our whole offense right now is 29.
Well, he did have 1,500 yards last year.
1,500, yeah, it's true. 1,450, I think he had.
Okay,
I think he would. I think he'd probably want that record. Yeah, I think he did.
How do you think the organization would handle that? Because I'll tell you how I think they would. I think they'd go for it. You know why? When he started seeing the amounts of money that were being paid to Tyreek Hill and Ahmad St. Brown and what he saw what Jefferson was going to get and Jamar Chase and all these guys, what did the Eagles do? He had 2 years remaining on his contract. They ante up, then they paid that guy. I think they'd have went for it. Didn't they go for the Devontae Smith rookie passing record when he was going for receptions? Didn't they put him out there in a meaningless game for him to get the reception record so that he could get it? Then they yanked him out of the game.
They'd probably go for it if it was AJ, right?
I think they would go for it.
You know what else is funny? I think even the owner would want to go for it because you know how much he loves the passing game, right? You'd go for it too.
What do you make of the owner making the call for the coach?
It's not how they reported it, but that's the truth. That's ultimately what happened. It's Philly. I mean, that's Jeffrey Lurie, man.
Look at how you resigned yourself to that comment. Look, see what he just did?
What am I going to do?
And he gave you this even.
What
am I going to do? Hey, at least your one thing Cowboy fan is they're going to sit there and lie to themselves and go, well, fuck, we're going to have a really good year. No, you're not. You're never going to be good again as long as Jones is alive. You're never going to be a Super Bowl team again. That's over with. Here's Zander. It's Philly. What am I going to do?
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
The owner tells you what's best.
I don't know what to tell you. The response is to Jeffrey Lurie being a jackass.
What's that?
Don't
Don't you think that this is part of the stuff that used to happen on them Monday meetings? Those fireside chats with Doug when those guys would get in there and he'd sit there and he'd fight first.
I'm surprised those didn't happen this year with the way that they were running the ball and not passing it.
Let me ask you this. If Doug was the head coach of the Eagles, what do you think they would do?
I think they would go for it. But I don't know. Maybe Doug would get overridden too because Doug did get overridden many times in Philly, including when he was fired.
Even when he ran that Philly. I don't know, man. You ain't running that play.
Yeah, but that's one play in a micro moment where you don't. It's like when you're like, your mom's not watching, or like a kid's trying to hide from their. Right now, Jeffrey Lurie can't make that call, so
he can't call the sidelines in a second and make that.
Exactly. Right. He knew. So
you're right. I'm gonna do my All-Pro team. We're gonna do the very first Big Sills National Football Show All-Pro team. Okay, we're going to do that here in a second. A couple more here for you, though. What do you make of Hurts not coming out of concussion protocol? You think he's hurt more than what they're saying?
Certainly seems like it, right? I mean, John told me that they'll finagle that, and it's easy for them to finagle, and they have no interest in him playing this week. So
no, I get it, but they're
not trying to get him out.
But here's my problem with it, Zander. Okay, you're not going to play him this week, but don't you want to get him some reps this week to get you ready for the playoffs?
Yeah, right.
You got a game on the following week. I mean, don't you want to keep rhythm going there?
It's a little concerning. I'm not going to lie. Like when it happened last week and he was in the protocol, I'm going to paraphrase as best as I can here. John told me it was zero concern, Jalen Hurts, zero concern. There's zero things to be concerned about with Jalen Hurts' concussion. And I took it at face value. Okay, good. All right, he's good. He'll be out of concussion protocol in no time. Now, the same day, Will Shipley got a concussion. Same game as Jalen Hurts. He's out of the protocol and practicing. Was Jalen Hurts' concussion worse? Did he show different symptoms? I don't know. That's the thing John called it this morning is like people are going to get mad at me, but it is junk science where it's like a player can call and say, hey, I got a headache this morning, or hey, I saw light yesterday when I shouldn't have. You know what I mean? And they'll put you in the protocol for another day. So that's why he said it's kind of easy to bend it.
It is.
We'll see. I mean, I think it's a little concerning. I think you bring up a good point. is he not with the team at all? Is he not practicing at all? Where, like, when the reporters are down there, they don't see him. He wasn't at the game on Sunday. Nobody saw him in the locker room before or after the game. He was on none of the videos, none of the footage after the game, none of the NFC East celebrations, none of those things. So if he's completely away from the team, that's a little
How about
concerning.
this? Do you think that they would have went for it if Hurts had not sustained a concussion?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Okay. So if he would have been healthy, they still would have sat him all.
I think this is what the organization would do in this situation, regardless of how it got to this point.
Of course it is.
Yeah, it's what they do, dude. They're like you say, football people are different than bookwormy people, Each of them in a way have a problem with the other. Bookworms think football people are stupid and all they're good at is bashing bodies. Football people think bookworms are dumb and they look at anything through an analytical lens. Both of them are right in a sense, but when it comes to stuff like this, I side with the football people because I think playing a game is different than analytics. I do. I think there's an aspect of it that's different and can't be quantified in numbers or metrics or analytics or any of those things.
To me, when I look at Nick Sirianni and I look at Dan Campbell, how come I look at Khabib versus Trevor? I look at him like a Khabib, and Conor McGregor is Nick Sirianni, and he gets choked out by Dan Campbell. Why do I look at Detroit and that looks like a tough ass football team? And I turn around and look at this and why can't you, wait a minute, Zander, why can't you have both? Why can't you have the record in the Super Bowl?
You can, but they don't, I don't know. What's
the deal here?
I don't know. I don't have a good answer to that. Other than that, I guess they think it's better. I mean, I don't know. They haven't had a bye week since week 5. Now, to be fair, the Lions had a bye week in the same week as the Eagles this year. Both of them were week 5,
and they played Monday night for no meaning.
Yeah, they did. And Dan Campbell was basically like, fuck off to anybody that wants to know why I played my guys tonight, Yeah.
He goes, yeah, well, I crossed my fingers and hope no one got hurt. And we play to win here, man. We don't play. Hey, that guy does not step off the gas pedal. The Eagles, do you understand? Look, the Eagles do everything right except act like champions. They do everything right except the championship moments. They recruit, they contracts, they do everything right to the best of what the league looks like. They do. Then you hear this. I want to be a little cautious here at the end of the season here, and we're going to rest our guys because we're afraid of injuries and we don't want anybody to get hurt. And I'm like, how can you be great when you're afraid?
I know. You're right. You're right. And it is definitely, like I said, it's the snowflake approach for sure. We should all be able to acknowledge that, even if we agree with it. It is the snowflake approach. Dan Campbell's like, I don't give a shit who we lose, man. I'm coming in and I'm coming to win.
That's what 17's team was.
Yeah, it is.
How about this, too? Dan Campbell played Monday night. And Zander, he risked hurting guys on a short work week against San Francisco. You know why? He had such an ass with the way the Niners beat him in the NFC Championship game that he wanted a piece of that ass of the Niners for retribution to set a mentality in his players' minds. That is part of unfinished business. We left it in San Francisco last year, and now what we're doing, we're going to go back like Ali and fight all the fuckers we lost to. Now we're going to go take care of business with Minnesota. Then we're going to get into the playoffs. That, to me, is a guy who's looking to take care of unfinished business. That's a mentality.
You're not wrong.
I'm afraid.
You're going to have Philly 500 on today. Philly 500 made a passionate video, a passionate plea to the Eagles organization to let Saquon Barkley go and make history. So I think he's going to agree with you. I think Philly 500 is right in line with the way you think about this, and I'm curious to hear what he says about it.
Oh, my God. Here is Bob Lang hard at work. I didn't come here to break Eric Dickerson's record. I came here to win a Super Bowl. That's our goal and what we want to accomplish. Saquon Barkley on Resting Sunday. Oh, my God. I mean,
when did that come out? Just now?
Yeah, it just came out 26 minutes ago here. John Clark.
God.
Oh, there it is. Look. Here, tell me this is not
because they saw the reaction that yesterday everybody took it that Saquon Barkley was pissed. So now they made him come out again and clear it up.
Why do they consistently make shit worse?
I don't think they consistently make shit worse. I think some of that is a little bit of a Cilioization where Cilio sees an opportunity and he strikes it. He strikes at it.
They've been looking at my tweets. I can guarantee. But look at this here. That Jones St. Pierre.
They're not going to like the video I'm putting up from the open of your show today of you bashing the owner of the football team.
Oh, that's great. Listen, well, I think I'm telling the truth.
I don't disagree with you.
How about this? This sounds like something that a press secretary over at the White House put out. He didn't sign here to break Eric Dickerson's record. He came here to win Super Bowls. That's our goal and what we want to accomplish. That doesn't even sound like him. Yes. Oh, my God. Oh, what's that word that somebody used yesterday when you hear Nick talking and you hear some of the people have to backtrack all this shit? I can't wait to get Angelo on tomorrow. He's on tomorrow, by the way. That ought to be a hoot. Hey, you should see the text messages. He and I were going back.
What does he want? He wants the record?
Yeah, he wants a record, but he goes like this. And Nick being told what to do again. He's a stooge.
Yeah, he is. He's not wrong. I mean, that's his organization. That's why they fired Doug.
Dude.
They want a yes man.
Now, I believe Nick wanted him to get it.
I'm going to keep riding the fence on this because if they go to the Super Bowl, I'm going to be like, all right, they were right. They were right. It's like the preseason, right? I mean, we used to rip them for the preseason.
Yeah, but wait a minute. If they go to the Super Bowl and they win it and he doesn't get hurt, you still missed an opportunity to make your team even greater and one of the greatest of all time.
I agree with that. I said this morning on Birds 365, I don't think there's a world that exists where Saquon Barkley in 5 to 10 years, and maybe even for some of the offensive linemen, that they won't regret this. Doesn't mean it's the wrong decision, but I'm saying Saquon, it's inevitable. He will look back on that year and say, man, I could have had the record, and I don't have it.
How about this, too? I brought this up before you came on. Don't you think that record would also do this? He's a Hall of Fame talent. He doesn't have Hall of Fame numbers. Don't you think
he's going to the Hall of Fame then? I'm like,
he's 68th right now in rushing.
Yeah, he doesn't have a Hall of Fame resume at all.
Nobody in the world would, dude. O.J. Anderson, who's been on this program, Super Bowl MVP, has 2 wins.
Look what Shonuff says.
What's that?
Look at Shonuff. Shonuff says, I don't think any other franchise would do this to Saquon except the Eagles.
I think maybe the Niners would. You know why? I think the Niners, that Kyle Shanahan, I think, you know what stops him from being great? I think he's a cautious coach too. And I think you see it in Super Bowls.
I think he got broken because he gave up a 25-point lead.
Dude, I think he's a conservative guy, and I think he probably would do that. Now, the problem there is that you got a general manager who's a former player in John Lynch and a Hall of Fame player.
Flexen says, fuck that record, which honestly doesn't sound like Flexen. I thought Flexen would be a guy that would just be, give me the record and give me the Super Bowl too.
It's just, Flexen is one of those guys that just likes to sit there. And you know what he is? He's a fucking guy that's going to argue with you no matter what. Okay? He's just going to argue with you because for this.
Flex will find something to pick at.
Is he a Philly guy? Is he a Philly guy?
Yeah, Flex is definitely.
Okay, Flexen.
Can't you tell?
You're just a fucking guy in Philly who likes to argue to bitch.
Yeah,
that's what
Flex will find something to bitch at. Flex, you scared, Flex? Why don't we want the record too, Flex? Come on, Flex.
Hey, Flex, do me a favor. You might be afraid if they do win the Super Bowl, there'll be too many people down on Broad Street. They might bump into you and run you over or something. I don't want you to get hurt, so make sure you wear like some sort of suit of armor when you go down there because I don't want you to be afraid or anything. Holy shit. Don't jump on any grease poles. How you doing?
No.
Oh, by the way, real quick, thank you to Josh, who put up a great video of Big Sills. I want to thank our great viewers, man, who do this. All right, Zander, I'm going to this is my first installment. I came up with this for the National Football Show's All-Pro. We're going to do this the day before my birthday every year from now on. By the way, all supers
your birthday tomorrow?
Yeah. Okay.
Holy shit.
January 2nd, day after the first of the year. Here is the National Football Show's top players in the league per position. I'm going to start offense, quarterback. The number one, Josh Allen. He is my all-pro quarterback for this year. Second team, Lamar Jackson. Running back from Philadelphia, Saquon Barkley. Backup, second team, Derrick Henry.
I have no objections so far.
Wide receiver. He's going for the Triple Crown this weekend.
Yep.
Jamar Chase, Cincinnati.
Yep.
Wide receiver 2 from the Minnesota Vikings, Justin Jefferson. And number 3, Ahmad-Ra St. Brown.
Ooh, I like that one.
Are my 3 starters. Here are the backups. Terry McLaurin, Washington Commanders. I hate it, but I got to do it. CeeDee Lamb, Dallas Cowboys.
I think CeeDee Lamb over Terry McLaurin.
This is going to shock people. Brian Thomas Jr., Jacksonville.
He's had a tremendous season.
Is my second team. Those are your second team wide receivers. My number 1 first team tight end from the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yep.
Rookie Brock Bowers.
That's insane, man, what he's doing.
Right. Backup, George Kittle, San Francisco 49ers.
Yep.
Offensive tackle, Lane Johnson, Philadelphia Eagles. The other tackle, Penei Sewell, Detroit Lions.
Why'd you go Lane and Penei? Both are right tackles. I would have went Malott on Sewell.
I just think those two guys. I went that route instead.
You just went overall talent. You didn't go left, right.
I just went tackles.
Gotcha.
And my backups were Tristan Wirfs, Bucks, and Garrett Bowles, Denver Broncos.
No Malott.
No.
Okay.
Oof. Hate that.
Yeah. I don't know if I agree with that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Malott had a better year than Lane, but Lane does have the name recognition easier than Malott.
Offensive guards. Joe Thuney, Kansas City Chiefs.
He's excellent.
Offensive guard, Indianapolis Colts, Quentin Nelson.
Landon's having a better year.
Backups, Landon Dickerson, Philly.
Fuck that.
And Elton Jenkins, Green Bay Packers.
Fuck that, Sills. You have now 2 picks on this that are name-based and not year-based.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. The guy in the Colts is not having that good of a year. Quentin Nelson's been getting like a turnstile all fucking year. Landon Dickerson hasn't been beat once.
Quentin Nelson, you bet. Offensive guard. You watch on all the all-pro teams who he makes it. This will be his 3rd in a row. Center. This is all pro, not Pro Bowl. Creed Humphreys.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Kansas City. Detroit. Frank Ragnow. Backup.
And those are interchangeable, I think. You could have put Ragnow 1 too. They're both great.
Okay, what'd you make of my offensive all-pro team?
I like it all except for Dickerson on the bench. And I would have put Malott as the Eagles tackle over Lane Johnson. I think Malot's had a better year than Lane Johnson. And I don't know, you could maybe even put Lane then on there too over who'd you put, Bowles?
No, I had Penei Sewell.
No, in the backup.
Oh, for the backup. I had Tristan Wirfs and Bowles from Denver.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the defensive side.
Dickerson on the bench is a shitty pick, by the way, by you.
What's that?
It's a shitty pick by you. Dickerson on the bench.
Dickerson on the bench. Here we go. This is the first installment of the 2025 Big Sills National Football Show All-Pro Team. I'm going to post this on Twitter too, by the way. Edge rushers starting. Trey Hendrickson, Cincinnati Bengals. The other edge, Myles Garrett, Cleveland Browns. Backups, Danielle Hunter, Houston Texans. And Jonathan Grenard, Minnesota Vikings. Those are your top two edge rushers. Defensive tackles. Chris Jones, Kansas City Chiefs. And Cam Hayward, Pittsburgh Steelers. Backups, Zach Allen, Denver Broncos. And Jalen Carter, Philadelphia Eagles. This is the one that I really struggled with. Linebackers. From Philadelphia.
Wow.
Zach Bond. Now, I have an all-pro vote for the NFL Players Association all-pro team, and I'm going to vote for him. I'm going to vote for him.
Zach Bond ain't winning no all-pro.
By the way, I don't think he'll win it either, but get this. I'm not going to not cover the guy all year and just deny what I saw. I'm just not going to. The unfortunate thing is that the other players are going to put Fred Warner in there.
Yes, they are.
Okay? My two starting linebackers inside will be Zach Bond, Philly, Patrick Queen, Pittsburgh Steelers. My backups, Frankie Louvu, Washington Commanders.
Yeah, he's been really good.
And Dalen Henley, Los Angeles Chargers.
Did you have the guy from Tampa in? Isn't he having a good year again?
Yep, he is. He is. But I think the kid from the Chargers. I picked three corners because I'm going to put one in a slot.
All right.
First cornerback, Patrick Surtain, Denver Broncos.
Yeah, he's probably the best corner in the game.
Cornerback 2, Derek Stingley, Houston Texans.
I haven't followed their season enough to know how well he's playing.
And my other corner is Devin Witherspoon, Seattle Seahawks. The backups are Christian Gonzalez, New England, Joey Porter Jr., Pittsburgh.
Oh, come on. I don't like that at all. He's the most penalized guy in the league this year.
What?
Joey Porter Jr. is the most penalized guy in the league this year at corner.
Had a great year.
He has not had a great year.
Okay, here are my safeties. Oh, my God, this is great. Safeties. Could have had them. Xavier McKinney, Green Bay Packers.
That's a definite. These are tough. There's a lot of good safeties this year.
And the other one, the best corner or best safety in the game, Derwin James, Los Angeles Chargers.
See, I like those two. I don't dislike those picks, but have you seen what those freaking Detroit Lions safeties have done this year?
I got one of them here, okay? I got Budda Baker as one of my safeties with Arizona. And I got, what's his name? Kirby, what's his name?
Kirby Joseph.
Kirby Joseph.
Yeah, he's excellent. 9 picks this year.
Kirby Joseph is my backup. So my starters, Trey Hendrickson and Myles Garrett at the edge, Chris Jones and Cam Hayward. My starting all-pro tackles, Zach Bond, Patrick Queen are my inside linebackers. Patrick Surtain, Derek Stingley, Houston, cornerback Devon Witherspoon. Those are my 3 corners. Xavier McKinney and Derwin James are my safeties. What'd you make of that?
Not bad. Not bad. I don't disagree with a lot of what you said on that one. I think the Joey Porter pick is egregious by you. He's not having a good year.
Guy, and what a year!
I think it's pretty bad. He's not having a good year.
He has had a good, but I guarantee you he makes a shit.
I guarantee you if you went over.
Did he make?
If you went over to the NFL YouTube or whatever and just started running through the Pittsburgh Steelers season a little bit, you would take Joey Porter off there quick.
Let's see this here. Let's see if he made the AFC Pro Bowl. Because I did this on my own here. And those were the ones that I picked. Let's see here. Joe Mixon.
Porter.
Dude, how about this? Joe Mixon, the Texans. Oh, by the way, the guy that you said that sucks at offensive guard, Jonathan Taylor made the Pro Bowl.
I didn't say he sucks. I said he was the second best guard instead of the first best guard.
Oh, how you doing?
Sonia says that means you said he sucks.
Let's see here. Safeties. I forgot Micah Fitzpatrick. Oh, shit. I forgot Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah, he's hard. Your safety picks weren't bad though.
Yeah, I gotta stay with Xavier McKinney and Derwin James.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta stay with them dudes, man. Yeah, I'm gonna. What do you make? Wait a minute. Let's see how many Eagles are on here. 1, 2, 3.
Flexion says Sills list sucks.
4. Where's AJ? Where's Devontae? Where's it? Hey, Bumper. Where's Jalen?
Jalen got all pro in 22, right? He did get one, right?
Yeah, he did.
He did. Yeah, I was being serious.
Not first team, he didn't.
Second team?
Huh?
Who got first team that year?
I think was it Purdy? No,
all pro.
Stafford. I can't remember who made the All Pro team in 22.
I'll tell you in a second. Yeah, Mahomes. Second team was.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, Jalen was second team All Pro that year.
Yeah.
That's good.
22.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And Mahomes was first team. AJ Brown got second team All Pro that year.
Not one Eagle wideout or quarterback has even been remotely thought of.
Tom Reddick was a first team All Pro that year.
Yeah. All Pro?
All Pro.
Wow. He was on the other side of Garrett?
On the other side of Parsons as an outside linebacker. They you know how they do that? It was Bosa and Garrett, and then they had 2 outside linebackers.
How in the world did the Dallas Cowboys get 5 Pro Bowlers on the NFC?
Because of the Cowboys, dude. They're the most entertaining team in an entertainment business. They're not a football business.
God, nobody had a good year except Lamb.
James Bradbury got a second team All Pro, bro.
He was good that year. That's how he got that contract.
Yeah.
He got that big 3-year contract because he played like a Pro Bowler. Yeah, I mean.
Any other Eagles that year?
Oh, there were a ton of Eagles that year that made.
Lane Johnson got All Pro. Jason Kelsey got All Pro. Yeah, I don't know. Was the 24 team better than the 22 team? It might not have been.
How
many All Pros do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holy shit!
Yeah, you had a ton then. You had a ton.
All Pros that year.
Yeah, you had a ton of guys that year. You may have led with San Francisco that year. Here's the complete sheet here, or the Allen, Burrow, and Lamar Jackson are the Pro Bowl quarterbacks. Running backs in the AFC are Henry, Mixon, Taylor, Jamar Chase, Jerry Jeudy. Holy shit, the Jets were trying to trade for him. And the guy didn't want to trade for that guy because he had a bad Madden. He had a bad Madden rating. Can you imagine that? You have a bad Madden rating. And that's the context of that guy not taking you. Here's the NFC. I don't want to do the NFC. Here's the NFC. Jared Goff. Hey, James Jones, are you in here? James Jones, are you in here, man? Holy cow, look at this. Jaden Daniels, rookie, makes the Pro Bowl. Sam Darnold. Where's Hurts?
Fuck Jaden Daniels. I'm kidding. He's good.
Saquon Barkley. Jamar Gibbs. Hey, Zander. I didn't think that guy was that good at Bama.
Oh, I knew he was that good. I told you. Remember on draft day when everybody was ripping him, like, trust me, that guy's going to make an impact.
Yeah, but I thought Bijan's turned out to be good, but he ain't a footballer like this. Dude, this guy, he's better than I thought he was.
Gibbs he's good.
Oh my God. Here's a point that the Cowboys that I'm going to hammer to mark at the bottom of the hour here. Battle Royale. So the NFC running backs, is this right? 2 of the 3 were free agents, and Josh Jacobs and Barkley, and they got none of them, right?
Yep.
They were free agents.
Yes, they were.
They made the Pro Bowl. Wow, what a whiff.
Pro Bowl or All Pro? No, Pro Bowl. When does All Pro come out?
In about 3 weeks.
So
here is the wide receivers from.
Yeah, we're in January. Can you believe it, dude? This is like the end of football season. It's always a little bit depressing this time of the year, honestly, for me.
They had Jefferson, Ahmad St. Brown, Lamb, and McLaurin. I think that's going to be standard.
Tight end tomorrow. 42.
What's that?
How old are you turning tomorrow? 42.
61.
You're a spring chicken, dude.
Yeah.
You're just getting started out here. Philly is going to be 88, and he's still bitching about the Eagles on YouTube.
Still bitching about Hurts. Hey, I'll still be bitching about
26
Hurts.
years later. Wishbone.
You guys are still bringing up that 20.
Wishbone.
Hey, you're still bringing that guy.
I'll tell you, he's not going anywhere at least for the next 20 years. It's fucking Big Z. You guys better get used to Big Z.
Hey, let's read those supers, Junior.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. Jay Shaw says, you can do fucking both. The record could galvanize the team through the playoffs. Hashtag free Saquon.
There is a way. Oh, I love that hashtag free Saquon. We're going to start that, Jay. Free Saquon. 61 is still talking shit. Look at that.
Happy birthday, Kyle.
Hey, look at that. 61 is still talking shit. You kidding me, man? I've been talking shit since I was 18 years old, though.
I know. And I don't think that's ending anytime soon.
That has never been.
Thank you, Flex. I appreciate that, brother. I know too many Italians and Irish people. No one will do anything to me. How you doing? You're right. If you're in Philly and you know some Irish people and some Italian people, which I know from my days of high school, and you're on 2th Street and over there in South Philly, you're fucking good. If you know an Italian that has a row home in South Philly, you're fucking good. You're good. Flexing and Steppin says, I've been said Super Bowl or bust. Get them both, Flex. Quit being scared. DC Trucker. What up, DC? What if Saquon got hurt in the first game of the playoffs? Then what? Yeah, it's a good question.
Hey, before you read another super, you know that guy that goes and sees your dad at Screwballs, my boy Brad Vespi? You know his old man was in construction, right?
Oh, yeah, I heard. Yeah, this guy.
So Vespi used to come down, and his old man would come down. He'd go, hey, I want you to meet somebody. Somebody's a friend. I go, where are you from? He goes, he's from Philly. I go, are you in construction in Philly? He goes, yeah, I got a construction company in Philly. And I'm going like, what's he do? He goes, he looks after things for me.
That's great. That is great. Oh, man. Q the God says, Hurts didn't practice today. Still in protocol. A perfect example, rest the starters.
A little concerning here. Let's see how this plays out over the weekend here. Again, they were going to play him anyway, but, man, you at least would want him practicing this week, wouldn't you?
Brian Pumper says, Chuck is right in the chat. I didn't see what Chuck said. He says, Jalen Hurts' inability to properly slide prevented Saquon from breaking ED's record. I blame Hurts. Pumper, email me back, you motherfucker.
Pumper's blaming Hurts for them not going for the record. That is so silly-o.
I've been getting a lot of this. Like, I put up a video this morning for a clip of Birds 365, and I'm like, they confirmed Saquon's not playing, and one guy comments, they didn't confirm it. They just said probably not. I'm like, all right, asshole. What do you think he's going to come out and play? So I guess there's still a couple of people out there who think they might be playing skullduggery.
There's still a couple of people who actually think Nick coaches the team.
Yeah, I know, right? That's funny. I'm like, what
Wait
an
a minute,
asshole.
Dad, what do you think I should do with our guys?
What an asshole comment that was, though. I'm like, all right, dude, what are you? What? That was the kid who used to come into school and say, dude, you didn't check the homework. Like the kid in grade school. Here we go. Lord's Grace says, that's because they know they can depend on a quarterback. If it wasn't Jalen Hurts, the Curry, the team, it was Saquon Barkley. What a disservice.
It is, Lord's Grace. It's disrespect.
Sadon Alarion. I don't know how to pronounce that, but what's up, bro? I really think Nick did this because if someone would have got hurt, he would have got crushed by the media and Pilio. Soft shit. Does he mean Cilio? Oh my god. Yeah. That's some funny shit right there.
Hey, that's a good one, man. Pilio.
Howard says, "How do you think Cam Jurgens did this year?" Well, he made the Pro Bowl.
Did I not predict that was one of the big sills?
That was
okay.
That
was
Cam Jurgens big sills predictions.
Make the Pro Bowl, and he has made it.
Gabe says Saquon has been first team all year. He could have bitched about not getting the ball at the one numerous times. Let him get the record for himself. That's actually a good point. This guy does everything for the team. You know, he comes here. They become a running team. He gives up touchdowns, 15 of them at the goal line. Just keeps taking over games, and they don't let him go and get a fucking record.
To him. He was sitting on the bench, and Nick went over to him and said, "Do you want to get the all-time rushing record single game?" He goes, "No, let the other guys eat." So now when he's on the cusp of going after Dickerson's 2105, now they deny him here. I mean, so they took – these guys are crazy, man. I mean, fuck, man. Hey, the Eagles hate history, I guess.
Yeah, I guess they do. All right, that's all of our supers.
Oh, man. I like your positioning right now. Right there on that sphincter muscle right there, boss. You just – hanging out there, man.
It's starting to hurt. I gotta get off that shit.
Hey, I know, man. That's just right there for you, man. That's perfect, man. Just hanging out right there. Because you're right in a way, man. Get this, Sills. It's a non-factor if they win it. Okay, and it's a non-factor.
It is, but what if they get bounced in round one?
Oh, if they get bounced, man, you're gonna think Jimmy Superfly.
You know, nobody wants to talk about this for some reason. You know, and even you told me I was wrong for thinking about it. John told me I was wrong for thinking about it. Jalen Hurts going to have 3 weeks off coming in this game, man. You know, the only time in his career he's missed multiple games in a row was at the end of 22, and he had a dud in week 18, and he didn't really have to do much in the first 2 weeks of the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. He beat the Giants like 38-7 or whatever it was, and then you beat the shitty freaking Niners with Josh Johnson at quarterback. Jalen didn't really have a good game. Like, is he going to come out and not have a good game?
Well, he's not had a good season. Isn't that hard to say?
Look at Nick. Nick says, Zander, you think that will hurt us in the future with free agents wanting to sign here? I don't think so.
No. Because you know what the ultimate trump is? Winning. I mean, dude, plus they pay.
Cody K says, this might hurt the Eagles' chances on Saquon re-signing. I'm not worried about that yet.
That's 2 years out, dude. That wouldn't.
Well, no, what they signed, a 2-year deal or a 3-year deal?
Might have been 3. If it's 3, I wouldn't concern myself at all. Hey, I love how everybody just assumes he's going to go for $2K next year because, you know, that's been normal.
Yeah, right? Come on.
People have put 2,000
man.
twice in their career.
This is rarefied air, man.
Yeah, shit, man.
Look, you like that, Sills? Pilio.
I do, actually. I do. I actually
Dude, that's great.
I think that's great. Well, you know why? He gets it.
This guy's been crying for like 18 days straight, Arthur McQueen. Arthur, quit crying, man. I thought the new year would make you feel a little better, man. It's a new year. Christmas just passed. The holiday season. Come on, Arthur.
Hey, Arthur, whine me another hurt sack.
Saquon Barkley was an all-pro in 2022.
How about
he'll be an all-pro again this year?
Yeah, well, you know, funny. Isn't it kind of odd that nobody's sticking up for Saquon Barkley to get the record? Do you find it, or do you think it's all controlled now? So nobody in that locker room wants him to get it.
No, they all want him to get it.
Oh, wait a minute. That's not what's being said media-wise.
Yeah, they're acting like everybody didn't want to go and get it.
Oh my God. So no, I'm going to tweet that out. Nobody in Philadelphia's locker room wants Saquon Barkley.
We're a cupcake organization. Like, I'm a fan of the team, but like, I'm not like other fans. Like, it's very easy for me to be critical. Like, we're a cupcake organization. We're winning a lot of games. It's really fun, but we're cupcakes.
Listen, your players aren't soft. Your organization is.
Yeah, we're softies.
Yeah.
It's a soft city now, Sills.
You got little Howard.
This city is not what it once was.
No way.
This city used to be made up of freaking union workers and construction workers and real blue collar people that worked hard every single day and loved the Eagles. They still love the Eagles. The only difference now is they're all social justice warriors.
Here's what we have now. Well, it's too much of a snowdrift outside, and I may not be able to make it to work now. And if I go down into a ditch, I might get hurt, so I should stay home, honey. What do you think? Should I call into my woke ass boss? Hey, I won't be coming in because you know why? I-95's got ice on it right now, and I can't come in because I might get hurt.
I'm awake. Says, no, this city ain't soft. I'm awake. If you're telling me that this city hasn't gotten more soft in the last 10, 20 years, then you're not awake. You're saying you're awake. Are you awake? I'm awake.
Oh, no.
Come on.
This guy's a walking zombie.
I'm awake. Wake up.
Hey, man, I got to take a time out here. I got to do a read here, too, before we get – I can't wait to hear Philly 500.
I'm telling you, he wants him to get the record.
Okay, what'd you do? Turn your volume down? All I'm saying.
No, why? It's not working?
You're just a little. I thought it's probably me.
Check. Audio check.
I got you. Yeah, because I saw him posting some shit. Because I think he wants to get it too.
I'm awake. You must change your name now to I'm asleep.
I'm dead.
No, don't say that.
Hey, wait a minute. You're like Tiki Barber. Hey, Saquon's dead to me. All right, Zander. Great stuff. Keep riding that fence, son.
I
Keep riding that fence.
It's better than I'd rather be on the fence than be Mark Holmes.
Me too, man. Holy shit.
The Cowboys are brutal.
Hey, all I would say to you is this. Mark Holmes had 5 Cowboys make the fucking Pro Bowl. Wow.
I'll tell you what. It's actually not a bad day to be Mark Holmes. I'll tell you why. You know how much content you have to talk about a team when they got as many problems as they do in Dallas? There's nothing better. There's no way. You don't have more content than when you suck.
Do you think he'll ever do what I did? The only way the Cowboys are good is when that guy does 10 toes down.
Who, Jerry?
Yeah.
Well, Mark knows that.
Yeah, but he won't say that.
Nah, Mark's smarter than you give
it
for.
Mark. Hey. Well, wait a minute. Dude, it's over. Here's before I even get Mark Holmes on, there's nothing Mark can say or do. You know why? He's got Jerry. Get this. Mark can do this. He can suggest the kid Pierce, the edge rusher from Tennessee. He can go after some of the greatest corners that are going to be eligible, like Travis Hunter. You know what, though? At the end of the day, he's got Jerry.
It's true. Hey, they got 5 Pro Bowlers.
Oh, I know. And by the way, did you see that wonderful? Wait, before I let you go, Zander. Did you see that wonderful video that Michelle Parsons posted?
No.
Okay. He goes, well, in this Eagle game, there were probably only 5 plays that really were the difference.
Oh, I saw that.
And I was like, son, you know what the word delusional is? Delusional. They kicked your ass from the here. Hey, Mark, I know you're backstage. We're going to get you out. Here's how close that Cowboy-Eagle game was.
Done. It's over. Yeah, that was ugly. I mean, I wouldn't want to get beat 41, but I wouldn't want to get 41 put up on me by a backup. That's for sure.
Backup. The 13 guy was there putting the points up on him too. By the way, Tanner McKee only needed fucking 4 passes for 2 TD passes.
Well, let's see what Tanner McBrady does this weekend. All right.
Absolutely. By the way,
if he starts shredding with Jahan Dotson, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. All right, good stuff, Sills. I'll catch you tomorrow.
All right, man. What I'm going to do is do a live, Zander. Then I'm going to go right to Mark. I'm not going to take a time out here.
All right, cool.
And Philly 500 will be with us here in a second as well here. Big Sills here for our great friends at BetUS. By the way, also, Mark and Philly 500 involved with these guys. So make sure you guys check not only ours out, but theirs as well. Here with this year, we're having a great time during this bowl time and also during the upcoming NFL playoffs here with the YouTube 150. YouTube 150 sign-up bonuses up to $2K. Go to betus.com.pa. That's betus.com, home of Michael Vick, brand new Norfolk State head football coach. This is his home as well. Fastest payouts in the business, 24/7 personalized service, 365 days of the year. Live wagering on all major games. Go to betus.com.pa. That's betus.com.pa. Boy, I'll tell you, it's going to be a long off season for